Hey guys, this is Elliot Wave Sage. I want to go ahead and get a market video update out. Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. Just use this for education and entertainment purposes, and I just want to let everyone know I'm back. I'm kind of set up again. Should try to get a live stream in, maybe even as soon as today. We'll see how that goes. But let's just do a quick market update and where we are, because a lot has happened since I've been out of the loop with my videos, but I'm back now. So the Dow Jones, as you know, we finished this move up in 3. We're looking for wave 4 to finish. So it's either finished here and we're going to go to new all-time highs for the final like kind of blow off top, or we get another swing lower. I don't think we'll get that second swing lower because there's a lot of stocks already so oversold in the cyclical complex that would have to go even lower. And I don't believe they're ready to do that quite yet. Like silver is one example. So I don't think we're going to get another push lower down to 39.7. I believe that low is in here. No divergence. I believe it's finished and we'll start building higher highs. The SPY, again, I posted this chart before I went, and it did exactly like I said, an A, a B, and a C, and I believe the same situation. I believe you could put this 2 in. This impulse is finished, and now we're building new to new highs, eventually taking it to maybe as high as 600 SPY. So obviously, as long as we're above 539, this low will hold. The triple Qs, little different story. I'm actually looking for a finish of the impulse to get wave 5. Then you'll have 5 waves down for 1, and then a big rally, maybe all the way back up to this trend line, this downtrend line for a tag before a bigger collapse. That's what I'm thinking, but this could also be a 1-2-1-2, and then we just do a big super crash, and then of course if that happens, we'll break these pivots on the SPY and the Dow and go much lower. And I just don't think that's going to happen based on what I'm seeing in the different stocks, but we have to keep an open mind. But the triple Qs is in a big mess right now. The IWM is the same thing. I believe it's finished its 3 wave and needs one more push higher. And C, again, as long as it's above 207, that should happen. If it falls below it, then this becomes 5 down, and we'll get a much more complicated B wave with like a B, and a C bounce, something to that effect is what I would expect. The VIX has also been key to understanding this market. I posted we were 5 waves up on the VIX on Friday, which was why it was a good time for long positions, calls, and we had that 5 waves with divergence. It's a textbook setup. Now it looks like we're 5 waves down here in A, looking for a bounce and some kind of B, maybe a little bit of a sell-off come in. Could be, now that would be really tight B, but I'd still want to see another swing down. I want to see it come back down into these lower this lower area here, maybe even tag this trend line again that I have, that it kind of is clustered around. The UVIX has also got a setup to keep an eye on, and we had a connector wave here, which projects a target at 484, 456 is the ideal buy. If we're just going to drop and pump, now if we're going to rally, we'll form a new connector, project a new target to buy back in, but clearly we're 5 up. We need to correct this. I think as we correct this wave, allows the market to make maybe its final push higher. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But the other option is the VIX bleeds off, the market builds a connector wave, and we actually take another swing down. And I just worry the market can't withstand another swing down without a catastrophic collapse. That's all I'm saying. I think it's do or die for the bulls here. I don't think it could take a connector and a bigger wave down. Then I think all-time highs will be out of the conversation if that were to happen. But I believe the technology complex would collapse the market. So you really need to see this try to support the market. If we just do a 1-2-1-2 and we just collapse, I believe everything goes down and the whole ship sinks. And then of course B will finish quicker and we'll get a massive volatility spike, and C beyond what people could imagine. So, but I don't expect that right now. B could actually last days, even weeks, almost to extent like what this did here, because then you got a bottom, and then we got to go through a 1 and a 2. And you look at this 2, it took so long. So this could take weeks to play out before we get this bigger pump and see coming. Bitcoin, I believe the Bitcoin is got a potential low in very interesting. So I still have this push down. We have to keep an eye on the weekly cycle, guys. If the weekly cycle breaks higher, then the low is in here at this peak here. We got to keep an eye on the weekly cycle. If we break the weekly cycle, we don't have divergence here. So my point is then we have to relabel the account to something just a little different. I would probably put the X, something like here, and then just say 3 down here and put the Y here, and then the finish it up there. And then this would be a 1 with an ABC 2. So we really need to keep an eye on the weekly cycle. Bitcoin, I would not be too bearish on crypto, only because of what I'm seeing, the strength. And as long as we really stay above this pivot at 52.7, but I'm not bullish enough to want to go crazy, stupid, buy crypto like I'm drunk. I need to, drunk with euphoria. So I'm very cautious, but then again, I'm not trying to sell it anymore either. So we just need to kind of wait and see how this plays out. Oil is obviously the big story. Of course, we called oil short many months ago, and eventually we'll be calling the oil long trade. So we have this 4-wave bounce of 5, and then an even bigger bounce coming in a B wave connector, and then a much bigger drop in C. So this is probably allows the market to go to all-time highs. And then when we get this B finally finishes, bam, that's the crash wave. I don't think we're just going to crash here in energy. I think energy is going to go sideways, maybe make another low, then it pumps to fail one more time. Gold is struggling. This looks like a 4-wave sideways move here, and an A, B, C, D, E for one more push higher in wave 5. That's what it looks like to me. And then silver, like I said, real tricky structure in silver. It broke the low. Here we have massive divergence here on the 4-hour. Now the 45-minute looks like we still have divergence. So silver may do this double correction. One more drop down to this $27 area. So silver should stay above 26.30 no matter what happens here. We could also be in a bigger connector and then finish with Y later, something like that. But silver is kind of telling me the Dow may be able to go down, but not anything of significance, because this really looks like 5 up to me. It would be really surprising to see this low break, and actually very detrimental for the market if it did, which I don't expect it to, but it does look like this is some kind of 3-wave move, 3 waves up. Now you have a 3-wave move down. So maybe we get one more dump in silver here, but if we can't pump, this connector may pump back up, but I believe it will fail one more time for something like this before we get the bigger move. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Silver is real tricky, but really if you're trying to play silver, you're really just buying it regardless of this structure against 26.30. The dollar index looks like it's finished up this 5th wave. We're in this 4-wave. We should be bouncing one more swing higher that could put pressure on the market, and then we actually have another big decline coming. Eventually get into the 97 target, which I had originally. And again, we had the dollar shorts here that seemed unbelievable and to people, and then we did it, and now we're going to get this 4 finishing up, and then bam, we'll get down in 5. So the 4 could go up a little bit higher here. Looking for 102.35, something like that on the dollar index. Again, this could add pressure to the market. So then the 10-year keeps grinding lower. I haven't labeled this structure. I'm just looking for it to tag. Once it gets to 3486, the 10-year is in danger of a reversal, or we're watching the triple bear ETF for a buy. I think that's going to mark the turn. I think that's a really good chart, the TBT. It's a real clear three-wave setup. So when TBT hits 2332, we know time's up in the bond market, and it's time to probably get out of TLT no matter where you are, because then I think you're in danger of a reversal where bonds will start to lose value, rates will go up, and more than likely the stock market is going to go down. This is the reversal trade that's, I think, counterintuitive to most traders. Maybe it's stagflation, but you've got a beautiful reversal on the TBT that's going to really take off and launch once we get down here. What a great buy opportunity coming up for the TBT, triple bear Treasury ETF coming up for much higher prices. As rates increase, we could be making a lot of money on that. So that's my market overview, guys. We'll go into other updates later. I just want to get this out. Good luck trading, and like I said, I'll try to do another live stream. Maybe I can sneak one in during the day, and maybe this morning. We'll have to see how it goes. But thanks again. I'll definitely try to do one tonight. So I'm going to try to get one in, and then I'll get back to a normal routine. All right, guys, that's all I've got.